Good Wednesday morning. My name is Constance Washington, and I'm up here to tell my story about how Downey's Homes of Elizabeth City stole my land. So what I'm going to do today, y'all, I'm going to break the story down because I've been up here for so long. So the story got pushed so far back from me telling other stories about my life and this. So I want to explain everything in details as quick as possible. And this is my story. In 2021, I went to Edenton, North Carolina, and I purchased me a piece of land. I saved up for 8 years. I went through a real estate. I found a piece of land online. I was searching for like 6 months, and I found a piece of land online that I could afford. And it was in an area that they said was like 0% crime rate, and it was diversity, and it was like a small, like gated community, and it was by water. I was interested, the kids was interested in moving by water. So with that being said, I found a piece of land. I contacted the real estate agency that was connected with the land. I flew to North Carolina. I looked at the piece of land. Within a month, I went into my closing. I purchased the land. The land was mine. I paid for the land with cash money. The land was mine. I got the title, I got the deed, the land belongs to me. Then I went back to North Carolina and I applied for a mortgage. I had a little bit of money for my down payment, but I had to apply for a mortgage. I then got approved with a mortgage company called I forgot the name of the company. I'll tell you in a minute. Intercoastal Bank. I got approved by a mortgage company for Intercoastal Bank for $289,000. I then did some research about what type of home I was going to get built. So I went the modular way after research because they said that I could get modulars. They built 90% of the home in a factory, and it takes 6, 8, 9 months tops to build the home, and plus they can build the home the way I wanted it built. I did some research. It was in that area. It was a cross between a company called Down East Homes, or a company. It was another company. So Down East Homes was in Elizabeth City. That was close, like 30 minutes away from where my land was. So I went with them. I flew back down there. I went into contract with a company called Down East Homes to build my modular home because they was able to build it. They said they could do the 4 bedrooms downstairs, and then I got upstairs. With upstairs, at first they was going to build 4 more bedrooms and 2 bathrooms for me, but I couldn't afford it. They wanted $90,000 extra to do the 4 bedrooms upstairs. So what we did was we came into agreement that they do future plumbing and future electricity. They was going to run it upstairs. And this way, in the future, when my kids start graduating from college, and I had one in the Army and she was coming home in 2 years, I would be able to get the bedrooms built one by one as I get the money. I had 2 years to build the extra 4 bedrooms because the older kids was going up there. I have 10 children. So the purpose of buying this type of home is because I was looking for a home to accommodate my whole family. I didn't tell them those details because it wasn't their business. I just told them I need the 4 bedrooms downstairs, and I need future plumbing, future electricity, and I'll do the I'll get the 4 bedrooms built myself since I couldn't afford it. Plus I have family, that know how to do this. I know how to hustle. I could get people to come and build a room here, sheetrock a room there. So that was the agreement. I signed the contract. I came back to New York. They gave me an app called Built. With the app that's called Built, you can look on the app and see the progress of the house. Throughout the year, and I'm going to say a year because after a year, the house wasn't built. I was calling them. I was reaching out to them, and I was saying, oh, I don't see nothing on the app. What's going on? And they was like, oh, maybe the app is not working. Oh, they was giving me a lot of excuses. They didn't start yet. We waiting for a permit. This one got COVID. It's raining. I was like, it's raining. I thought y'all, supposed to build the house in the inside the factory. Now, after I was supposed to have moved, they told me within 8 months I would be in my home. So we making preparations and we making plans. 2 of my daughters that did have apartments here in New York, they surrendered their apartments and we all moved into here because we was getting ready to move in. So we was all trying to save money. One of my daughters resigned from her job. I put in my retirement papers. And I'm calling them, and I'm like, what's going on? Nobody's calling me. I don't see the progress of the house. Now it's getting negative. Miss Washington, you keep calling here. You have to wait. You got to be patient. Wait, hold up. You know, don't talk to me like that. You know, y'all told me 8 months. I signed the contract. You know, y'all not saying anything to me. Long story short, guys, in October, because I signed the contract in October of 2021, the ending of the year. October of 2022, the relationship between me and Down East Homes wasn't good, you know. So I told them that I was moving on to Clayton Homes. That was the name of the place. I told them this is it. I'm moving on to another company. I emailed them and something said put it in the email. I emailed them and I told them it's been a year. The contract is breached anyway. Y'all told me that the house was going to be ready within 8 months. It's been a year. So I'm moving on to another company. I called Clayton Homes. I had a appointment to go see them so they could start building my house. I called Down East Homes. I told them personally, I'm moving on, but I'm going to put it in the email. I don't like this relationship. Y'all didn't do what y'all supposed to do. It's past a year. I'm feeling like something is going on and y'all not telling me. That's it. I'm done. I'm moving on to another company. Guys, I had an appointment to go talk to Clayton Homes like in 3 or 4 weeks. Before I got to talk to Clayton Homes, the app that I've been asking about for a year goes off. I get a notification on the top of my phone and it says from Bill. I open up the app. There's half a house sitting on my land, but I can't really see it. I only see the top of the house because it's open. That weekend, I flies down to North Carolina because I'm like, I didn't talk to Clayton Homes yet. What's going on? It could only be Down East Homes because they the one that gave me this app. I'm calling Down East Homes and I'm saying, let me speak to Mr. Pate. Alan Pate is the salesman that I was dealing with. Let me speak to Mr. Pate. He won't come to the phone. He won't talk to me. So I flies down. I goes to North Carolina, guys. There's half a house sitting on my land. But I'm devastated because it's a big blue trailer looking house. But the house is like open. So I walks over to the house and I'm like screaming and hollering and I'm devastated. Inside there's carpet, there's refrigerators, there's chandeliers. So the refrigerator is taped, everything is taped. So therefore they moved the house with all of this stuff. But that's besides the point. The house is in the wrong place. It's this big blue square trailer like they took. And I goes to the precinct. I goes to the precinct. The precinct tells me, oh, we that's a civil matter. You got to go to court. There's nothing we could do about that. I goes to there, and the reason why I went to the precinct, because I went to Down East Homes first, and Mr. Pate was hiding. They kept telling me he wasn't there. So I went to the precinct. The precinct said, oh, there's nothing we could do about that. It's a civil matter. You got to go to the courthouse. I goes to the courthouse. This is where it get interested. I don't know that they all working together. So I go to the courthouse. I walks into the courthouse, and I'm trying to explain my story. There was a clerk standing there. Her name is Wendy Turner. She said to me, quote, unquote, ma'am, maybe you need to work with them. I seen this happen before. You could be tied up in court for the next 6 years. She was right about that, but she was working with them. They all knew each other's. So I said, what you mean? I said, but this is not the right house. I want the house moved off my land. She said, well, maybe you should try to work with them, ma'am. She said, because you could be in court for a long time. I goes back to Down East Homes. And I finally speak to Mr. Pate. And I said, why did you do that? I told you I was moving on. Move this house off my land. So he said, well, it was an honest mistake. I said, well, how did this house get on my land? Where did y'all get this house from? This is not even the right house. What you mean it ain't the right house? It's a nice house. What more do you want? This is what this man said to me. And I'm crying and I'm screaming and I'm hollering and I don't know what to do. I don't have a bulldozer. I don't have a truck. It's this big house. I can't move the house. I can't do nothing. So I goes outside of down these homes, look up, there's a big empty spot on their land. Stay with me. I'm going to give you a part 2.